Hey everybody, Debbie here with another Stratego game analysis. In this game, we're going to talk about Stratego pattern recognition. If you've been a follower of mine, or if you've subscribed, or you've been watching lots of my videos, I constantly talk about Stratego patterns. For example, especially board recognition, like where high pieces might be, where the flags might be located, how bombs are set about. Weak side, strong side, or a balanced setup. So when you watch this game, I want you to look at this person, the way he plays, and see if you can figure out what he's trying to do. See if you can figure out his board setup by what he's trying to do. And I think if you've watched a lot of my videos, you should probably be able to figure it out. This is going to be a test. So, and I actually failed the test. I couldn't figure it out. So let's see if the students can do better than the teacher here. So let's get started. Oh, in this game, I'm not playing with the flag up front. I stopped. I will show more games of those with the flag up front. I made it all the way to the cold level, but then I had to stop because so many players, there was a limited amount of players I could play because I only played at a certain day at a certain time. And I kept on playing the same players, and they kept on scouting my flag since I played them multiple times. So it was pointless to play with the flag up top. So because I couldn't play new players, I need to find new players to play with the flag up top to fool them. So I started a new way of playing, which I find really fun. Basically, what I do is I have majors on the front row and 3 scouts. And what I do is I attack everything that moves with my major until I find a marshal. If I don't find a marshal, I have to keep on attacking with my majors until they're gone. So, and I can use 3 scouts. So I can scout and then attack with my major. And then, so it makes interesting games. Hopefully I find the marshal with the first major. But if I don't, I could be 2 or 3 majors down in the game. But hopefully I get a lot of smaller pieces and a lot of information that helps me plan ahead to try to gain the lead again. So I did a series. I did 25 games playing this way. I went 22-3, but 4 of the wins were against 3 people. Well, I played one person twice, and he quit at the beginning of both games. I guess he was going back down to 100 ELO, and another guy quit, and then another guy quit after 4 moves. So I guess I can't count them, but that was still pretty good, going 18-3 then, playing this way, because it's hard, because you do get behind a lot, and sometimes you don't get much information at all, and it is hard to play when you're down 3 majors. So anyway, let's get started with this game. I'll talk about this strategy. It's really fun. I'm telling you, it is so much fun because you get the lotto with your majors, and you get a lot of, hopefully you get a lot of smaller pieces, and then you just have to plan and figure out how to regain the lead with the information you gain. It is a lot of fun. So I think it's even more fun than playing with the flag up front. So anyway, in this game, you want to try to concentrate on the whole picture. Try to figure out what this player is doing, and see if you can figure out what I didn't figure out. And let's see how we play here with the major attack. So he was 272. I think this was like game number 18 of my series. I'm probably not going to show that series because a lot of the games are just really were bad. They weren't as entertaining as the flag up front 25 games. So okay, so he was below 500. So that's pretty good when you I'm thinking he's a Marshall Blitzer. Right off the start. Maybe we'll have to see if the general's in the center here. That's pretty good when you trade off majors because he didn't gain anything, and the worst I'm going to be is 2 majors down. So it looks like he's a Marshall blitzer. So we get a sergeant. Wow, we get a bomb. That kind of hurt. So we didn't get much for that. Usually you hope to get 2 pieces for your major and then some information. But this we only got a sergeant and then we found a bomb. So right away I'm thinking Marshall blitz side. And this is a weak side. And there's the general. So that's what it appeared to be. Probably a spy. So it looks like the common that's good. There's a captain there. We can get that captain. Hopefully the marshal's over here. And it looks like this captain's going to die, which is unfortunate. Because when I'm down 2 majors now, when you go down these majors, okay, now the reason I scouted here, a lot of people would scout here to see if this was the marshal. The reason I scouted this piece back here is because I wanted to see, a lot of times marshal blitzers, they have open flag. So, but they don't move these 2 pieces for the longest time. So I just wanted to check to see if he has a flag in the corner. I wanted to see if it is an open flag, because most of the time, I would say it's more than 75%, 80% of the time, they usually have an open flag. But so I was just testing to make sure, because sometimes they have a flag in the corner with 2 bombs. So that's why I scouted that piece, because normally you wouldn't really want to scout this piece on the back row. So we're going to go over to get that captain. So we're really not doing too well. We got a captain, but we're down 2 majors. We have a sergeant. We're going to get this captain, so we'll be up maybe 2 captains, but down 2 majors. We know where his general is, and this might be the spy. So we just have to find the marshal. That's the key. Now I'm basically wasting this sergeant. I just wanted to see what it is, if it's worthwhile attacking with the general. Because sometimes if this was like a captain or a major, you'd want to bring your general up, take it, and then swap. But you'd have to be worried if this is the marshal, or if this is the marshal, they could try to trick you. But not at this level. Usually when you know, below 300 level, they're not going to be too good at fooling you here. So I'm going to swap because I'm worried about losing my captain. So we just keep on bluffing. Now, you always like to keep on bluffing, and the reason you want to keep on bluffing is I'm trying to bleed all the smaller pieces. The goal is to get as many of these smaller pieces, the minors, sergeants, and scouts, out of the way, and then you can start using your colonels and your marshal and general. So you chase them back, and then you hope they waste their smaller pieces on your lieutenants and captains, and then later on you come with the big guns after all their smaller pieces are depleted. And your opponent's usually very scared when you start charging with 4 majors, because they think you're really reckless and very aggressive. So they think every time you bring up something, it's a high piece. So that's why they get scared, and they don't want to lose their lead, so they constantly waste their smaller pieces. And that's eventually how you wind up beating most of them. So I'm debating if I should just go up with my marshal, sacrifice my marshal, and then start lottoing or attacking. You don't have to lotto. Start attacking all these pieces with my general. That's always a good recipe for beating marshal blitzers. The only difference in this game is the opponent hasn't blitzed yet. So I don't know where his marshal is. He could have his marshal over here. You just don't know. But you would think it's over here. And I don't want to lose my colonel to get a captain. Especially when I'm down 2 majors. Okay, so we found a colonel. So this must be the marshal blitzing side. So then you would kind of assume, a lot of times if the flag isn't in the corner, it's usually within these 6 columns of where the marshal blitz side is, either here, here, here. And a lot of times they do have it, if they have it over here, they might have it bombed off. They might have a triangle here of bombs, and then they just might have 3 bombs over here. He might have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So now I'm going to bluff. So he's already running. He's already scared. This player played scared. I'm not sure why he didn't go down, but I guess maybe he wanted to see what that was. So now, have you figured out what my opponent's trying to do? Have you figured out his board setup? Because I haven't figured it out yet. I still think he was some kind of marshal blitzer on this side with the flag somewhere over here. I just couldn't figure it out because he was a marshal blitzer that didn't marshal blitz, that didn't reveal his marshal. So I'm a little bit stumped. I'm trying to figure out what to do, and I think I go into my buffer time. I'm like, and I'm thinking, well, maybe this is the marshal. He just hasn't come down yet. I'm a little bit stumped. And I need to get a lot more smaller pieces here. I don't have enough. I'm down 2 majors. I'm only up a captain. I might be up 2 captains if I can get this. But I'm down a sergeant. We're even on minors, and we're even on scouts. So I really need to make it up on these smaller pieces here. You really have to, when you do this major attack, and I'll show you in other games, when you use this major attack, you really have to bleed your opponent and get a lot of these smaller pieces to make up for your major deficit. So I'm thinking here, like I said, I'm going to my buffer, and I'm like, I wonder how I can attack here. Wow. Wow. He tried to Dobie me. He used my own setup. He put the flag on A4. How about that? So I guess they say imitation is a sincerest form of flattery, I guess. And I know there are a lot of imitators out there, or people who try playing with the flag on A4 or J4. I know FKS has done it a lot, and there are other players out there. This wasn't me. This is another person who is playing with the flag up front, so I probably spawned a lot of imitators. So, and I should have known at the beginning. I didn't. It almost clicked. I wasn't sure when I started the game here, when the person went up and over with the major. Right away, if I wasn't playing with this major attack version here of Stratego, I would have been suspicious and I probably would have figured it out. But I just wasn't thinking. I was thinking, oh, this is good. I'm only going to be down 2 majors or 1 major at most. So I was looking at the trees and not the forest. If I looked at the whole picture, I might have said, well, he's up and over the major. We could have a flag here. So I won't be fooled the second time. If someone ever goes up and over with a major, we will definitely target this A4 or J4. So yeah, and then he had the same thing over here. He had now in the front, he had a sergeant, a captain, and a bomb here. That's what I usually had in most of my games. So and I didn't even think about it. I just love this bomb placement. I really do. It's a good spot. And the only difference is he had higher pieces here. I think he had a captain and a lieutenant. And I think I might have had my general over here. But that's not a bad spot for it to be here, because then it makes it look like you have a Marshall Blitz. But I really, when I play with the flag up front, I don't want to make it look like a Marshall Blitz, because then people concentrate on this side. You want to try to make it look like a Marshall Blitz. You don't want to make it look like a Marshall Blitz. You just want to look like you're attacking with weak pieces over on this side, probing with weak pieces on this side. So the one thing my opponent here did that was wrong, he should go watch my how to play with the flag up front video. And the one mistake he did was you have to clear this column until you find a bomb, right? So if my flag is here, you have to clear this column until you find a bomb. If you don't find a bomb, you have to clear the back row until you find a bomb. So he had to clear this column. He did that, but then he had to go all the way to here, and then he could play a normal game. And, you know, I've played probably 800 games with the flag up front, and that's how I learned that, because there are spies on the back row, and then he wound up paying the price. Maybe what he should have done is just moved over and come down. If he would have just moved over and stayed here, it might have looked suspicious. But then I would have thought this was a Marshall, maybe, not the flag. But he should have moved over and then come straight down for this piece, and then it might have looked like a normal attack. Not that he was blocking this piece here or playing defense. So anyway, he had me fooled for most of the game here, or I guess until the ending. So we did find the flag, so I wasn't dobied here. I did not lose. But it was kind of interesting that I didn't see the pattern. But the next time I play, I will definitely see the pattern. And the game will end a lot quicker. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this this game, and be careful out there. There are lots of players playing with the flag up front, and it is kind of embarrassing if you do lose with the flag up front, but it's possible. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll show some more videos as I got to the gold level. We're playing with the flag up front, and I still have that puzzle game I have to show, the puzzle ending game. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye for now.